The Impulsive Planner. Anya was an archer of life, always aiming her arrow not at the present target, but at the one on the next hill. Her motto, unspoken but fiercely lived, was "better an hour early than a second late." She was a whirlwind of preventative action, a high-wire artist perpetually adjusting for the wind of tomorrow. If the weather forecast hinted at rain next week, Anya didn't just buy an umbrella. She researched the best waterproofing sprays, ordered thermal socks for the inevitable chill, and booked a week of work-from-home days, just in case her commute became a disaster. She was always acting one step ahead to prevent an anticipated worry. Her mind was a complex flowchart of if A, then not B, and also preempt C. She paid next month's bills on the first of the current month. She worried about her job interview after she got the job. She started saving for her children's university tuition when they were 3 years old, then worried the investments wouldn't perform well enough. Sleep was often a negotiation, a restless toss and turn as her brain ran simulations of every possible future failure. Her life was an exhausting masterpiece of self-inflicted anxiety, driven by the belief that if she stopped planning, everything would simply fall apart. One evening, while frantically organizing her pantry for an unlikely future famine, she heard a voice on a small radio tucked away on a shelf. It was the passage her grandmother used to read, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble." Anya froze, a jar of chickpeas suspended mid-air. Worry for its own things? The very idea felt irresponsible. But the voice continued, speaking of God feeding the birds and clothing the lilies more beautifully than Solomon. It spoke of worry's root being a separation, a lack of trust, from a God whose perfect love was already poured into her heart through the Holy Spirit. The concept was revolutionary to her. The solution wasn't more action, but more rest in the known love of God. As the speaker finished with the words, "Let us rest peacefully, trusting that God holds our lives," something shifted in Anya. The knot in her stomach, which had been tight for 20 years, loosened. She didn't instantly stop caring about tomorrow, but the compulsion, the terrifying need to control every outcome, lifted. She walked out of the meticulously organized pantry, leaving the jar of chickpeas on the counter. For the first time, she simply sat down on her sofa, feeling the soft velvet beneath her fingers, noticing the quiet of the night, and breathing the air of today. She realized that all her anxious planning had never truly guaranteed safety. It had only stolen her peace. By faith, she received the truth. Perfect love casts out fear. She had been trying to cast out fear with perfect planning. Now, resting in the simple, complete love of God, she found the grace to live her life not one anxious step ahead, but solidly, gratefully, in the peace of this day.